Welcome to Wall Street. As you can see behind me here, the atmosphere has become something of a slightly depressing circus in a way, as the financial crisis has lurched on. These people have come here to protest capitalism. They've come to support the independent, anti-capitalist presidential candidate Ralph Nader, who's due to speak in a minute. They've actually positioned themselves very carefully because just opposite is the last great financial institution that's left on Wall Street, the New York Stock Exchange. For the last 20 years or so, all the major banking halls and the major finance houses have moved their headquarters out of Wall Street. So in a sense, it's become more of an idea than a real place in terms of banking. Let's have a little look down the street now. So I've come down to the opposite end of Wall Street now, and there's a sign really of how things have changed. You can see on the corner here, there's a BMW car dealership. It's not a bank anymore. A lot of the old banks have been converted into residential space and luxury boutiques. There's a Tiffany's as well at the other end. And of course, many people have managed to keep making a living on Wall Street. And one of the great survivors is Khalid here. Khalid, you've been selling donuts and bagels and coffee to people on the street for many years. How has your business been affected?
It's really, really slow. You know, I'm not doing that great like before. I mean, I'm just surviving. You can call me surviving only.
So you've really noticed things taking a big drop in the last couple of months?
Yes. Because whatever happens in the stock market affects me here because most of my customers are stockbrokers, and I'll be affected by what they go through. If they're happy, you know, they come here and make me happy. If they're not, I can feel it.
So even something that's as relatively affordable as a coffee or a bagel, you're finding people are cutting back on that kind of stuff?
They do. And some people who used to give me tips, they cut the tips. I swear.
There are a lot of new condos, of course, here as well. People moving in, and it's becoming more of a residential place than a sort of hub of business. Is that something? Yeah,
that affects us a lot because all those buildings used to be offices, and I used to get a lot of employees there. And now they all, you know, they don't have to buy coffee here in the morning. I'm just dying here now.
So I'm still on Wall Street, but I've actually moved inside one of the former glorious banking halls of Wall Street. It's the former home to the Bank of New York, and it's now become the Museum of American Finance. And joining me is the president of the museum, Lee Sheridan. Lee, in a sense, what's happened to this building tells the story of what's actually happened to Wall Street in a way, doesn't it?
Well, Wall Street really refers to the larger financial community, not just the street, but there are some 280,000 people in a 15-block area, and corporate headquarters, and all sorts of financial activity, and the stock exchange, and the commodity exchange, and the bond markets are by and large here.
I mean, the bankers on the ground have been replaced by tourists, effectively, haven't they? I mean, obviously, hopefully, you'll help to benefit from that as a museum.
Well, I'm not sure that's the case, but most of the bankers who normally walk up and down the street here and go to Tiffany's or Hermes or BMW or whatever, they're all in front of their screens trying to figure out how much money they're losing.
I mean, since this crisis began, have you noticed a serious uptick in the number of people coming through the doors? Tourists and others?
To a certain extent. People come because they're afraid. Fear. Here we teach financial literacy. We teach about risk and reward. And people come in and say, you know, I'm responsible for my own financial future. I'm not going to get a pension in the future. I better understand what I'm doing. So we do get more people that way.